I can't think of his name either. Daggum. So many names. It's not my fault. Blame someone else. I don't care who you blame. It's gonna be fine. I'll be fine. I'll suffer in silence. No, I won't complain about it. Which is not a huge improvement, but a little bit, and I'm proud of me. So I'm seeing things happen, but I have nothing to talk to you about. Welcome to a vlog. So, I have been reading book 5 in the Lady Trent series, and I finished it. It was spectacular. I have enjoyed the series so much. It's really weird because I think my favorite parts of the series, with it being, so if you don't know, this is about a woman named Isabella, or Lady Trent, who is a naturalist. She's obsessed with studying dragons. It's set in an era where, you know, women's rights weren't super in style, so she has a lot of struggles to be able to get funding, to get permission, to be able to go on these excursions, as well as a lot of struggles with being recognized as a naturalist and having her work deemed worthy or credible. So anyway, with each book, I feel like with it feeling so autobiographical, I feel like I really know a person. And so it's so funny now that I've reached the end. I feel like I don't know, I'm so proud of this character that's completely fictional. I'm so happy for her that who she's chosen to surround herself with, and who she's ended her journey standing next to. I'm so proud of her accomplishments and the satisfied tone of the end of this whole, I don't know, it's been lovely. One of my criticisms of this series in the past has been that dragons are really more of a background feature. Like, it's something that she's studying. There's something that she cares about and are mentioned tons, but as far as actually interacting with dragons, not so much. But that has been something that with every single book has increased, so that by the time we get to book 3, we're having some incredible interactions with dragons. By the time we're in book 4, it's like, oh, the emotions. And then by the time we're in book 5, I mean, they're no longer background characters, and that's, you know, spoiler free, but that improves through the series. I've just loved it. I've just enjoyed it. It's not the type of story that type of sci-fi fantasy, even though I love dragons, it's not the type of sci-fi fantasy that I normally go for, because I want more interaction with dragons. And this is definitely more scientific and research and study, but I have found Lady Trent, Isabella, to be such a satisfying and empowering and motivating character to follow. I've just enjoyed myself so much. But I have been listening to it exclusively on audio. I haven't done any e or physical because I have been able to continue on with Fruits Basket while I've been listening to the audio, which has been a really nice balance for me. So in the last vlog, I have finished Fruits Basket 2. Now we have 3 and 4, which I don't need to talk to you much about 3, even though it's so, actually, wait, hold on. Wait a second. Lady Trent, let's rank some books. For me, for my enjoyment, I'm going to say that how I have enjoyed the series is book 4 at the top, then book 3, then book 5, then book 1, then book 2. That's how I would rank as far as my enjoyment for these series. So book 4 is my favorite. But there hasn't been, book 2 is the only book that I came out of thinking, it was okay. Everything else I have enjoyed, like, very, very much. If I rated things, everything would be 4 or 5 stars. So, except for book 2. Maybe like a 3. If I rated things, I just rated them. Anyway, Fruits Basket. Book 3, or volume 3, has been my favorite so far, but I did just post a in-depth spoiler discussion on the first 3 volumes, so there's just no need for me to talk to you about volume 3 all over again. All I'll say, this is spoilers, by the way. If you don't care to be spoiled, if you don't care, then hang out with me, but if you don't care to be spoiled for Fruits Basket, go to the description, click the timestamp to skip out of here. But what I will say about volume 3 is this, and that is all I will say. That's all you need to know. That's all you need. Volume 4 has been my least favorite, which these are the collector's edition, so this is actually 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 5 and 6, and this is 7 and 8, which is stupid. Volume 4 has been my least favorite of the series. It's still very good, but it's been more focused on deepening my understanding of a lot of the side characters, going deeper in their personal struggles and who they are and that sort of thing, which has all been very good. I've still enjoyed it quite a bit, but not enough Kyo. So, you know, what can you do? I will say one thing that this has accomplished tremendously is characters that I was pretty on the fence about, that I didn't really have strong feelings about, like like him. I don't know his name, the oldest of the boys that she lives with, the one who owns the house that they're all living under. I don't know how to say his name, but him, who you know, he's fine, but he's never really done anything for me. Now his humor is killing it. Now I'm really jiving with his character, with the ridiculousness that he is, as well as Yuki's older brother. We're getting more depth in him and his regrets for having abandoned Yuki, for having not been there for him when he needed him most. But I'm also starting to jive with his humor. He's so over the top, like to the point that I'm just like, I don't really know how to process him. But now I'm starting to transition from that feeling to, oh my goodness, his over the topness is really hilarious. And even some of his lines that are a bit much, I now don't really, now I receive them as they're over the top because he's over the top. So of course, I can't find the scene I'm looking for to illustrate what I'm talking about. I can't find the right scene, so I'll show you that one. I don't know, he's funny. And then two, also, I can't think of his name either. Daggum, so many names, it's not my fault. Blame someone else, I don't care who you blame. But this character, his humor is starting to really get to me too, where he just has this very stoic demeanor and his dry delivery of lines, but at the same time, how much he cares. I'm digging him. So anyway, this has been my least favorite volume so far of all the volumes that I've read, yet I still really enjoyed it, and I feel like I am so much more invested in the surrounding cast than I was before this volume. But here's hoping volume 5 has more Kyo. Back out of spoilers, we have poll results. So in the last video, I let y'all decide what I'm gonna read next, and by a landslide, Ship of Magic, nope, Mad Ship, the Mad Ship won, which is awesome because this is actually the one that I was wanting to read the most, so winner. Next in line was Red Country, so that's cool. I'm excited about that too. Then the Bloody Rose came in third, and in last place was The Magicians, and I think I had just as many votes telling me don't touch that series as I did of people saying I'd love to hear your thoughts on that series. So that was an interesting experience. But regardless, what I'm reading right now is The Mad Ship. Red Country will not be my next book because after I finish this, I need to start the buddy reads for August, but Red Country will be very, very soon. Oh, also I had a couple of comments on the last video asking about my keyboard and wanting to know where I got it, so I have a link in the description of this video now, so you can check that out if you want to. On to reading Mad Ship. Welcome to the vlog. So here's something that I didn't consider. I am 100 pages into Mad Ship and it's excellent. I've finished chapter 5. Look at that. Look at what 100 pages does in this book. Dadgum you, Hob. Anyway, It's amazing. But here's what I didn't think about that is unfortunate, and that's that some audiobooks are just not good. Like, I don't want to be a brat, but this audiobook is not good. It's gonna be fine. I'll be fine. I'll suffer in silence. No, I won't. I'll complain about it. But I will listen to it. Anyway, I'm 100 pages in, and it's wonderful. So, book one, I enjoyed from the beginning because Robin Hobb she's just a wonderful writer. She just is a great, great writer. And she wrote these characters in a way that I'm very interested in. I'm always, always happy to read a nautical story. And I dig her writing. I didn't dig the Farseer trilogy, but I am digging Mad Ship. But the problem was that book one took so daggum long to actually do something. It was just a lot of sitting around and talking. Book two is picking up immediately after book one left off, and I'm already invested in the characters, and I'm already invested in the mini plot lines, and I care about all the things. So here I am 100 pages in, and I'm like on the edge of my seat. I love it. I want to be constantly reading this book. I will say this is gonna be spoiler free for this vlog, but don't worry, I'll divulge into spoilers eventually, but probably not until I'm actually a chunk into the book and we have some things to properly discuss. But what I will say is Ophelia, is that how you say her name? I love Ophelia. She was in book one too, but the more time I spend with her, the more she's just, I adore her. I'm really, really into Althea's perspective again, which I was really, really into her perspective at the beginning of book one, and she kind of dropped in my rankings, but I'm loving her perspective all over again. The different ways that the family is trying to the different solutions that are being presented to the family of how they can come out of this financial hardship that they're in, but how each solution that's being presented to them, one through Althea, one through another younger character, they have distinct negatives to them. Oh my golly, yeah. And then Wintrow's story, I just got to the part with the severed leg. Not Wintrow's severed leg. I didn't spoil you on anything, but there is a severed leg in this book, and I'm there. And my goodness, I love it. I'll talk to you more about it when I'm a little bit deeper. My goal is to reach page 200 by the end of this vlog. This has been an incredibly busy week for me, but hopefully I can get another 100 pages in by the end of the vlog. I'm also obviously still reading Hunter x Hunter, so I'll talk to you about that at the end of this as well. But I need you to know that I've been really into listening to pirate shanties lately, so I just want you to listen to them too. The band I'm listening to is Dorina Harvey Band. I'll have them linked, but The Last Shanty is an amazing song that I'm just listening to on repeat. I also quite like Excursion Around the Bay by the same band. I'll link them both. Enjoy some pirate shanties. Just be a pirate today with me. Is that all I have to update you on? Look at me doing a quick update. Good for me. Good for me. I'm a wizard now. Don't worry about it. I've read another 100 pages of Mad Ship, so I met my goal. And may I just say, this whole new reading thing that I'm doing where I'm getting the audiobook from the library and I'm physically reading the physical book is going swimmingly. This is great. sweet! I've had the busiest week and have not had that much reading time. So I've had to lean on this audiobook a lot, and if I were doing my old ways, if I were still stuck in the past, then I would say I'm 50 pages into Matchship, and I'm also listening to this audiobook, and also reading this manga, and also doing that, and that, and that. And now, I'm only doing 2 things. I'm reading this book and manga, which is not a huge improvement, but a little bit, and I'm proud of me. So 195 pages, so I lied a little bit, into this one, and it's going great. I actually don't have any more updates for you on it, because while things have happened in 100 pages, not enough for me to be able to talk to you spoiler free about it, because this is just a slow moving story. It's just a very close look into moment by moment with many characters, and so 100 pages, yeah, I've made progress. I mean, I'm seeing the progression of the choices that Wintro is making and his struggles and deciding what to do, and the progression of his relationship with other characters. I'm seeing Althea's conundrum and her deciding what the correct choice for herself is and her future. I'm seeing Meta, what was her name? She's like my favorite character, or my favorite perspective to follow, and I've lost her name. 1 second. Malta. I'm seeing Malta just make every wrong decision and be motivated by all the wrong things. So I'm seeing things happen, but I have nothing to talk to you about. But what I can tell you is I love this book. I'm having the best time, and things are going along nicely. So next week, maybe next week we should talk spoilers. Next week we'll talk spoilers. I'm also reading Hunter x Hunter. I'm currently on chapter 378. I haven't read 378 yet. I've only read through 377. But if you're one of my spoiler people, or if you don't care about spoilers for this series, hang out. Otherwise, skip. So a lot of things are going on, a lot of little progressions with this story as well in the few chapters that I read this week of it. What's his name? Kurapika, and his progression with the guards, the very slow moving, trying things out and seeing how people react and judging people based off of these little bitty pieces, as well as some escalations to this competition that are happening, and them trying to prevent it, and how that's affecting the person that Kurapika is guarding. Oh yeah, I don't have to be spoiler free. Okay, so all that is going on. Also, the one guy that I told you I was interested in, the one that Kurapika is ultimately after, who collected the eyeballs, he's learning Nen. He's terrifying. My favorite progression of this story so far, my favorite element of it, is what's going on with the spiders in Hisoka. It's like this cat and mouse. We're hunting him down, Hisoka's hunting them down. We recently learned that another one of Crollo's abilities is gone from the book, the fortune teller girl, which means that she's dead. I think Hisoka must have done it. I mean, I don't know, but I like to think that he was thinking, I don't want Crollo to have this ability, so I'm just gonna pop by, kill her real quick, and then I'll hop on the ship. I don't know. I don't know if that's what's going on, but this whole dynamic, I mean, everything that's happening is interesting. I've got these doorways that these two girls they have doorways to each other. Like, everything going on is interesting, but it's the spiders and Hisoka and their cat and mouse that's happening right now that I'm just dying for more of. I'm also dying to get to the Dark Continent, and I don't have many chapters yet left, so I'm thinking it's not gonna happen. Anyway, that's an update for that. That's what I've been reading this week. We got some Fruits Basket in there. We got some Ship of Magic. We got some Hunter x Hunter. I've had a great week. I should be reading even more next week, because it should be a little bit less of a busy week. Fingers crossed. But things are going great, and this new reading system that I've developed that is not unique to me, that's not even that clever, is just perfect. So there you go. I hope you've had a lovely week. I hope you've read some good things. I certainly have. I'll see you again soon. Bye.